Welcome to the Harry Potter quiz from Pottermore Publishing and Audible. Ah, yes, I remember. You were playing for Gryffindor on NEWT level. Oh, and it's double points day. The perfect time to play. Okay, here are your 3 questions for today. If you need more time, just say repeat. Question 1. Who said this?
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Who was it?
George.
And at once thin ink lines began to spread like a spider's web from the point that George's wand had touched. They joined each other, they crisscrossed, they fanned into every corner of the parchment.
Merlin's beard. You're right. That's 20 points. Question 2. Which potion is this?
I know it is more complex than anything you have attempted before, and I...
Draft of Living Death.
We have a little over an hour left to us, which should be time for you to make a decent attempt at the Draught of Living Death. I know it is more complex than anything you have attempted before, and I do not expect a perfect potion from anybody. The person who does best, however, will win Little Felix here. Off you go.
Merlin's beard. You're right. That's 20 points. Question 3. Which spell is this?
Harry, said Lockhart, shaking his head impatiently. It's not nearly as simple as that. There was work involved. I had to track these people.
Obliviate.
The adventure ends here, boys, he said. I shall take a bit of this skin back up to the school, tell them that I was too late to save the girl, and that you two tragically lost your minds at the sight of her mangled body. Say goodbye to your memories. He raised Ron's spellotaped wand high over his head and yelled, Obliviate!
Merlin's beard.
The one
You're right.
fired on
That's
Lockhart.
20 points. How in the name of Merlin's hat did you manage that?
I bet it.
You got all your questions right today and unlocked a bonus question. Here's your bonus question. What form does Dumbledore's Patronus take?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Gallopin' Gorgons. You're right. That's 20 points. Quills down. You scored 3 out of 3 today, plus a bonus question, earning 80 points. It's double points today, so you've actually earned 160 points for Gryffindor. Well done. You're in the top 3,000 players. Your score is 600. Looking at today's house standings, Gryffindor is currently 3rd on the leaderboard. Would you like to refresh your memory with some of your favorite Harry Potter moments before tomorrow's quiz?
Yes.
Great! First, you'll hear a short message, followed by your sample. The story of the boy who lived continues to delight generations of new listeners. Free on Alexa until August 15th.
Hadn't met for several years. In fact, Mrs. Dursley pretended she didn't have a sister, because her sister and her good-for-nothing husband were as un-Dursley-ish as it was possible to be. The Dursleys shuddered to think what the neighbors would say if the Potters arrived in the street. The Dursleys knew that the Potters had a small son, too, but they had never even seen him. This boy was another good reason for keeping the Potters away. They didn't want Dudley mixing with a child like that. When Mr. and Mrs. Dursley woke up on the dull grey Tuesday our story starts, there was nothing about the cloudy sky outside to suggest that strange and mysterious things would soon be happening all over the country. Mr. Dursley hummed as he picked out his most boring tie for work, and Mrs. Dursley gossiped away happily as she wrestled a screaming Dudley into his high chair. None of them noticed a large, tawny owl flutter past the window. At 8:30, Mr. Dursley picked up his briefcase, pecked Mrs. Dursley on the cheek, and tried to kiss Dudley goodbye, but missed, because Dudley was now having a tantrum and throwing his cereal at the walls. Little